Hello, amazing members. I am so excited for this month's theme and for us to get together and really help each other do the things that we want to do anyways and give them a new fun and motivating light so that we can take the action that we all want to take in our family. Not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm definitely included in this. As you know, I have ADHD and my brain loves novelty. It loves to change things up and it loves, loves, loves community and working with others towards a common goal. Even though our families are so unique, I believe that this little challenge that we're going to be doing this month will help all of us. So all of us experience worry, we experience anxiety to some degree. Many of us, or I'm not included in that, but many people I know have like debilitating anxiety that requires medical intervention. It requires a diagnosis. It requires more severe treatment than what we are probably going to be offering in this program. And so I want to be sure to clarify ahead of time that this isn't like the debilitating anxiety that might require intense medical intervention. This is more of the kind of anxiety that we all experience when we feel anxious about going somewhere new, for example. That's an anxiety that I have. Doing something for the first time brings me some anxiety. Many of us have children going back to school. They might have anxiety about going back to school. Perhaps they have anxiety about coming home because they were having such a good time at school or the transition's just rough for them. Or perhaps many of us have our own big feelings about our children needing medical procedures done. There are a lot of different times that this worry and anxiety pops up in our life. So we're going to talk more about that day to day worry and anxiety. And instead of feeling like it's controlling us and that it has power over us, we're going to give the power back to our family by creating a plan that will help us gain more skills to handle those challenging times. Super excited for this. Are you ready? I'm so ready. Okay, so here are the 4 steps. It's kind of simple. I know we have this win prizes one here at the bottom, and of course, we're all excited for that. But to get there, it just takes 4 simple steps. And we're talking about like, you can do this in literally 5 to 10 minutes a week if you want to. You can put in more time if you want to, but we don't have to spend hours and hours to see progress. We just need to be intentional with the time that we do have. Okay, so let's go through these 4 steps. I'm really excited for them. First one has to do with this quote that has been really inspiring for me. Sometimes it causes some guilt after the fact, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to go into I shoulda, coulda, woulda, mommy guilt and shame and all that. We're just looking forward right now. We're looking forward. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So this entire challenge is coming up with the idea of thinking to when there are times that worry and anxiety is really challenging for us and or for our children. And we are going to come up with a plan on how we can better handle that time. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is to decide who you would like to focus on helping. Do you want to help yourself with your own anxiety or worries? Do you want to help one of your children? If you want to do both, that's fine. But first, I want to make sure that you're choosing who you're helping first. And there's no right or wrong answer here. There's no right or wrong answer. I am actually going to be going, if you worked with me long enough, I always say, work on yourself first, right? Work on your own emotional healing first. And that is important. In this situation, though, I'm going to be working with 2 of my children. I'm going to be coming up with a proactive plan for 2 of my children. I'll tell you about it as we go through each step. So decide who you want to help. Start small. Start really, really small. I said 2 children. Maybe I'm just going to start with 1. In fact, I'm deciding right now. I'm narrowing it down to 1 child. I'm starting with 1 child. I know that child. If I have reserves after helping that child, I will help my other children too. But I'm going to start with 1 child, and I know exactly what I want to help them with. Anyways, so choose who you want to help. Then decide when this person tends to have some sort of challenge with their worry or their anxiety. Is it going back to school? Are there fears at bedtimes? Do you have some worries when your kids are fighting and your own anxiety creeps up? Are there spiraling thoughts that go through your head when your husband's working late? Do you have your own big emotions about your kids going back to school? etc. So I've chosen one child. This particular child has actually been struggling coming home from school. Now, home is a very safe environment, and I think that's part of it. This kid holds it together so well at school. I think this child is neurodivergent. They don't have a diagnosis yet. I believe there's masking going on. They're like the model student. They're extremely compliant, and when they come home, it like they release it all, and the dam breaks, and there's a flood of everything that had been up during the day. So I'm going to work with this child on a coming home plan. When they come home, what we can do to ease that transition. It's going to look different for everyone. Just choose, think about, you don't even have to overthink it. Just think of when there tends to be a time right now that is challenging. I know that many of our members have expressed back to school anxieties or separation anxieties. One of our members in our community talked about a child who has been worried about being bored at school or had some experiences with death. They found a dead bird at the park. One of their grandparents passed away. And so choose whatever, just choose one area, one person, one area. We're going to start small. If you have time and reserves afterwards for more, that's fine. But if not, one is more than none. And if we try to do 17, we're not going to do it. Okay. Okay. So choose who you're helping and choose when you plan to help them. Okay. Step 2, we're going to choose what will likely help them. We're going to find a resource to help that person or to help ourselves in that situation. Oh, look, I didn't finish my sentence. I'm not going to re-record this. I'm going to practice what I preach, that imperfection is better than over perfection. And this is actually really hard for me, and I'm having anxiety right now. So I'm managing my own anxiety right now. But in any case, determine how you will use that resource to help. Right? For example, I'm probably here. Let's switch over. This month in Emotionally Intelligent Kids, we have a whole huge resource full of all of these wonderful, wonderful done for you resources to help with your kids with managing their worry and anxiety. Now, I want to tell you, this is all made for kids, and at the same time, you can 100% use it for yourself. So let's go in. Your heartbeat will look a little different. I'm on the admin side, but it should look similar. Go over to courses. If you're on the mobile app, it's at the bottom. Go over to courses and then scroll on down. You know, we don't need phase 1 right now. We want phase 2. These will be closed by then. Phase 2, managing worry and anxiety for August 2024. You can download all of those resources at once if you like. Yeah, so just scroll on down. You can download all of them at once. Or you can just go through them on your phone, on your computer, whatever, right? Choose one resource. Now I'm going to warn you that this has 54 pages. Do not attempt to use all 54 resources. This is just to give you options on what will help. You might set a timer, determine that you're going to spend, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, set a timer, and just spend some time going through all of the activities and choose what you think will help. So I have a kid who's struggling with after school, and what do I think will help? I already know this kid really likes the quick reference guide. And so, oops, sorry, admin side again here. I'm going to take this quick reference guide. I'm going to print it out and I'm going to put it in the bathroom. Doesn't that sound fancy? I'm going to tape it up on the wall across from the toilet with paper's tape or painter's tape. Then I'm going to come in here. Oops, I'm going to read the on-the-fly adaptations. Down here at the bottom. I'm going to take some time to read through these. And then I'm going to think of one moment from the on-the-fly adaptations where I can discuss this with my child. It's probably going to be on the drive to school. And I'm not going to say, by the way, you tend to have worries and you have a really big challenge after school. I'm going to tell this child, hey, I've noticed that sometimes I tend to feel really anxious after I've done something really fun, or I don't even need to use that word. Sometimes it's hard for me. I'll just say that. After I've done something really fun, to go back to something that is maybe a bit more normal. Right. I'm just going to open up that conversation with them. And it's not going to be perfect the first time, and I'll probably do it a few times, and I will see things that work or things that don't work with my child. And then I'll ask the kid to help me come up with a plan. So like I'll end it with, after school can be kind of hard for all of us. Can you help me come up with a plan that can help us manage it a little bit? Right. There's literally 700 different things we can do. Just choose one. All of them are fine, right? Don't overthink it. Just choose one. Just choose one. And then I want you to share your journey. Come share in our online community here. Come on over to our discussion board and talk to us. Tell us about it. Tell us every step along the way. Everything is a win. If you watched this video, I want you to go on here right now and tell me, win. I watched the challenge video. On there and tell me that. If you want to put an emoji, fine. If you don't, that's fine. And then post it. Start there. And then come back in and tell me, I spent 5 minutes in the worry and anxiety resources. And you can even spell it wrong, and that's fine too, right? That's fine too. And then post it, and then go on and then post and comment with some funny GIFs. GIFs? How do we say that? I don't know. Go ahead and post in there if you want to. Share every single win. I want you to share the tiniest wins. I remembered to discuss it with my kid for 1 minute on our way home from school, or on our way to the grocery store, or while we were waiting at the doctor's office, right? I want these teeny tiny wins. If you want to share the huge wins, like, oh my goodness, my child has been afraid of the automatic flushing toilets at the mall for as long as I can remember. And instead of avoiding the toilets when we were there, I decided to help my child with their anxiety. We watched your video on anxiety, and then we came up with a plan together. We took the 4 tips from your video. We decided on one of them. We came up with a plan on how they could handle the flushing toilets at the mall. And then now they're able to use the toilet at the mall. They're able to flush the toilet there. And we're so excited. Now that's a huge win. And that's great too. Please come and share that also. But don't only share the big wins. Come share the teeny tiny wins. And here's why. Because first of all, they seem realistic to others. For others to, like that toilet example, that one's huge. That's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time. It doesn't seem realistic to someone that can't even use the restroom alone. So please share those teeny tiny wins. Okay, number 2, because they're going to help you on the hard days. Those teeny tiny wins are going to help if you're having like this hard day and it seems like nothing's going right, and you say, okay, what is the teeniest, tiniest win that I can find today? And maybe your teeniest, tiniest win is that you did not scream at your child when they threw their cereal bowl on the floor. And that's the teeniest, tiniest win. Maybe instead of screaming at them, you muttered some things under your breath and you bit your tongue and I don't know. And maybe you still have work to do because you were still feeling bitter and resentment and hurt and frustrated, but at that moment you were making progress. Come on our community, come celebrate with us, come share the teeniest, tiniest wins. We want to celebrate that with you. Okay. Plus, as you train your brain to look for these teeny tiny wins, you're going to start to notice they're more common than you think. They give us more reasons to celebrate too, because I want to celebrate you. All of those members, I mean, we have more than 100 members, more than 60 have joined our online community so far, more are still transitioning from the old community. They want to celebrate with you. We want to celebrate each other. I want you to celebrate my tiny wins, and I want to celebrate yours. Please give us more reasons. If I have 20 or 30 wins to celebrate a day in there, I will be the happiest person because I really want to celebrate you. I find joy in it. Others find joy in it. Help us have more joy. This world needs it. And it can take 3 minutes of your time. to help yourself and to help us help you. Okay. So again, why share wins? We are boosting those positive emotions, the chemicals in our brains. We're creating accountability and motivation. We're building social connections, and we're inspiring and encouraging others. You can go and read all of the other words if you want to. I'm going to move on. Okay, step 4, win prizes. Let's see, you can fill out a short Google form. The last week of the month, I will have a Google form available. I'm going to stick it there in the membership. And you're going to automatically get a digital prize. I haven't decided what yet. I'm going to find something. I'll pass it by you and see, hey, would everyone like this for completing the challenge this month? And you can see this challenge might take you like 10 minutes. It could take you 3 hours. Just start with 10 minutes, complete it. And then if you want to keep going, that's fine. All right. But I need you to start. So it can take you 10 minutes to do this challenge. You're going to fill out a really short Google form. You're going to automatically get a digital prize. 100% of people that complete that Google form on the thank you page, I'm going to have an awesome digital prize for you that you will automatically get. Okay. Then I'm going to have you enter into a raffle to get an even bigger prize. We're going to discuss as the month goes on. I want to know what most lights you up. Some ideas, right? Some ideas aren't the only options. There are some ideas. I could give you a month of free membership. I can go in and credit your account. If you're in emotionally healthy families, you'll get the amount that you're paying automatically credited towards next month, so you won't have to pay next month. The same if you're in emotionally intelligent kids, you can get those $7. So next month will be completely free. You're going to be raffled off for a free month in membership. Or maybe I can get a book shipped to your house. I'm going to be interviewing an author on my podcast. He's offered me some copies of his book. I think it's The Elixir to Cure Burnout. And he actually talks about having fun. I can't remember. It's going to be on the podcast. I can send you a free copy of a book to your house. Maybe we can raffle off a free 20-minute one-to-one call with me. I can create, if you're already in emotionally healthy families, you already get free personalized parenting resources. If you're not, though, if you're in emotionally intelligent kids, that's not included. I can create for you a free personalized parenting resource, a story just for your child in their situation, a video for them, a coloring page, a worksheet, a checklist, etc. So let me know if any of this, let me know what lights you up, and maybe I'll raffle off a few of these prizes. I don't know. We're going to make this yours. We're going to make this yours. And then I really want you to remember, this one's huge, so I'm going to make it big again because this is so important for you. Try to have as much fun as possible. Okay, because here's the thing. Worry and anxiety, they are serious topics. But if we make our journey to managing them fun, then our brains will naturally want more. Okay, I'm going to put on my teacher hat and my little nerdy glasses here. It is so good to know about what's going on in our brains. When we enjoy an activity, our brain releases dopamine. This is a neurotransmitter or a chemical in our brain that is kind of the pleasure chemical. It helps us feel good. It not only boosts our mood, but it also enhances our learning and our memory. In other words, when we approach managing worry and anxiety with an attitude that's kind of playful and positive, our brains are more likely to retain what we learn, more likely to remember it, and it's more likely to be able to get that knowledge when it needs it. Right? Plus, fun lights up multiple areas of your brain, which creates stronger neural connections. This makes it easier for us to recall and use the strategies we've learned when we need them the most. And that's why here inside of Emotionally Intelligent Kids, we have, I try to keep I probably get annoying sometimes, and I really hope not, but I really try to keep things fun, not because it's fun when your child hears the hand drying machine go off whenever you're in a public restroom, that they freak out and scream and cry. Like that's not fun. It's not fun if your kid is terrified of going to sleep because they're worried about something being under the bed that might get them, right? That's not fun. We can make the journey to handling it a little bit lighthearted and fun, and that can increase the joy in our journey, right? And that's why we have games. That's why I sometimes get a little bit silly. We have all these hands-on activities, etc., because it's what's helpful for you and for your kid. Okay, let's come back here. Where did my full screen go? There we go. So we're not just making it more enjoyable, which in and of itself could be worth, but we're actually making it more impactful and more sustainable. Now, if you can't make it fun, don't worry. This is not adding another to-do thing on your plate. This is just a suggestion. You can make it serious, and 10 serious minutes is so much more than 0. 10 boring minutes is way more than 0. Just do something. Just do something super small. You're going to be entered to win the prize, and you're going to feel so proud of yourself for doing it. And you're going to help others in the process. So, okay, here are our things again. Choose one person. Choose when they need it, one very specific situation that they need help managing worry and anxiety. Choose what resource you're going to use. Choose how you're going to use it. Share your wins like crazy. Keep sharing all of them. Share tons of them. I want all the wins. Come on, come share them. Overshare. All right, we're there for you. And win some prizes. Any questions? Please, please, please come and find me in our community. You can send me a message. You're always welcome to send me a message. You can come into our community chat. Come over here to questions. Tag me in any of your questions if you want to. Right. Emily, can I tag myself? No, that won't let me tag myself. Don't tag that Emily. You can tag Emily Hamblin. That's me. And I will get back to you. Right? You can also send voice messages. I'm here for you. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Super, thank you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. What you're doing matters, and I can't wait to celebrate you and the teeniest, tiniest, smallest, little teeny weensy win. I want all of them. I am so pumped for this. This is going to be amazing, and I know it because you are amazing, and you are part of this. So we'll be in touch. Okay. See you later.